It's a Wednesday night in Sylvan Lake, Alberta, Canada. That's Gulls Field, and there we are, Jared, Waldo, and yours truly, Joe Whitbread. Welcome to Beyond the Bases, everyone. Presented by Donna, Purcell, QC Law, with offices in Sylvan Lake, Red Deer, Edmonton, and Calgary. And our sponsor for this post-game show, Jared, the Gulls win again. That is becoming a familiar sight here at Gulls Field.
It has been, and it is something that I know these fans have looked forward to. I know it's what the team expected from themselves. 4 in a row now, and things are really moving in the right direction for the Sylvan Lake Gulls.
We'll get a chance to meet our player of the game, Bryce Turner, in just a moment, along with another special guest, another person who was in this ball game but not one of the players. That's my mystery. A good start for your Gulls. It was a weird weather day. We had all kinds for this ball game.
We absolutely did. It started a little cold like it did the previous game. Then the sun came out, and then the Gulls bats were picking up good defensive plays as well. You know, Fort Mac came, they got out to the early lead, but as we've seen lately, Gulls have been persevering, and then the long balls started to happen.
Yeah, Bryce Turner had 5 RBIs on the day, including that 3-run shot, and he looked really good at the plate.
He absolutely did, and I know he even said after the game, as we were interviewing him as the player of the game, he was looking for a night like this to really get him going. He felt good, and we'll see if that continues moving forward.
Maddox Shaver also a night at the plate. He watched that one go long and just missed the RSI, and the fans had a lot of fun with this one and this game in general.
This was a great night at the ballpark, especially after last night. We had fans sticking it out through the bitter end. Not as cold tonight, but still a cool night. But the arms were continuing to be hot on the mound.
Ryan Kusi gets the close in a good night for the Sylvan Lake Gulls bullpen, which has also become a trend. Your Sylvan Lake Gulls win again, 4 in a row here at home, Jared. And what a night for a couple of veterans in this lineup, guys that, like you said, have been looking to make a difference, and they seem to have in this ball game.
Well, and I think that we see from some of the times we talk to them, they put a lot of pressure on themselves to perform because they are veterans. And sometimes when you do put that pressure on yourself, we've talked about it before, you squeeze the bats a little bit tighter than you normally would. You're not as loose. Sometimes it can chip away at your confidence. So when you have good nights like tonight, like Bryce Turner had, and he said, as I mentioned, that these are the kind of nights that can really start to get you moving in the right direction. That is what this team wants to continue to capture as they move forward. And they're doing good things right now. The momentum is surely going in their way.
Headed to Brooks tomorrow night to play the Bombers in a bit of a home and home, and we'll show you that schedule in a bit. But earlier in June, a big award show happened at the Alberta Sports Hall of Fame, and we want to show you pictures of Chris Hartley. Chris is an umpire, well-known and a veteran in this league, and he was on third base and in this game. We get to see Chris a lot, but it's really important that we chat about the umps in the WCBL. They travel just as much as the players, if not more. They stand in the heat, and Chris Hartley, who is our third base umpire, reluctantly joins us on Beyond the Bases. I know you want the media attention steered to the players and to the fans, but I am so grateful that you decided to join us on Beyond the Bases. Thanks for being here.
No problem. Thank you.
Chris, congratulations. This isn't a little award. The Alberta Sports Hall of Fame and Museum, which is located in Red Deer, which is just east of Sylvan Lake where we play, handed out their annual awards, some big awards, and this one, Official of the Year, in all categories. And congratulations. That must be a big honor.
Yeah, thank you. Obviously, as officials, we don't want to be recognized. We want to make good calls and not be an issue. So being recognized by the province and Alberta Sports Hall of Fame and tourism sport, in tourism for Alberta government, it was obviously a huge honor to be recognized.
Yeah, certainly you don't get the cheers, you do get the boos, and you get all our respect. Like I said, you stand out in the hot sun and the pouring rain like the players do, and then you get this honor, but it's not just baseball for you, is it? You've spent some time in the WHL, you're in the volleyball court, there's lots of different officiating on your resume.
Yeah, I've been fortunate enough to represent Canada internationally on 4 different sports, like you said, hockey, baseball, softball, and volleyball. Those are the last 3 are the ones that are still active. And it keeps me busy for sure.
It certainly does. Let's look at your work tonight. We always do this with players, but I want to have a look at your highlights tonight. What kind of game was this for you? Just a run-of-the-mill, everyday calendar game. What did you see from these two teams, and what do you know about these two teams?
Obviously, this is the first time I've seen Fort Mac this summer. I've seen Sylvan a few times, being based out of Calgary. I spend a lot of time in Sylvan Lake, Brooks, Okotoks, some Medhat, Lethbridge. Those are kind of my main cities. But it was a great ball game. Some good plays defensively, offensively, some big hits, obviously. And it was a well-played ball game by both teams, I thought.
Tell us a little bit for those listening, moms, dads, parents, step-parents, grandparents whose kids might be thinking of officiating, whether it's hockey or right here in baseball. How does someone like you get involved? Did you play the game, or were you always on the officiating side?
Yeah, I played into my teenage years and started officiating when I was younger, 12, 13 years old, to make some spending money. That's usually why most kids do it. And every spring, Baseball Alberta hosts clinics. I think this year there's about 85 to 90 clinics across the province. The last handful of years I've been involved in kind of coordinating that as part of the Baseball Alberta Umpire Committee, provincial committee. This year I kind of stepped back and focused more on our level 3s, 4s, and 5s, our higher level officials, is the high performance side of things. So again, anyone that's willing to do it, obviously looking for numbers. There's lots of ball out there. There's shortages, as always, that coming out of COVID a few years back. So, there's definitely, look at the Baseball Alberta website, and you can, find a clinic in the springtime to join up and make some money and get on the ball field.
Well, fantastic of you to join us here on the postgame show. Before I let you go, you're from Calgary, but you're going to do some traveling here in the very near future. We're going to miss you at the ballpark because you're off to other ballparks. What's your quick schedule here over the next month?
Yeah, so I leave at the end of the month. I go to Vancouver for about an 8-day international women's softball fast pitch tournament called Canada Cup. It's in White Rock, Surrey, where we'll do a bunch of national team games. And then I fly directly back to Calgary on July 13th and go to a pre-tournament meeting for Okotoks is hosting the Road to Okotoks, or Justin Morneau Cup. It's the first time they're doing an academy, so there's actually 9 umpires that have ties to the Western Canada Baseball League from different provinces out of the 12 umpire staff that are involved in that tournament for a week. And then I got about a week off where I'll do some WCBL games, and then I fly to Oklahoma City for an international softball event there, where they're hosting the Olympics in 2028 at that stadium. And then directly back to Calgary, one day travel to go to another softball U19 national in Calgary as well. So I got 4 events in 5 weeks pretty much. So it's going to be a busy summer, and then maybe some playoffs for this league.
Well, good luck and congratulations. Official of the year in all sports, in all categories, from such a prestigious institution like the Alberta Sports Hall of Fame is deserving of credit and deserving of a spot on Beyond the Bases. And before I let you go, I have always wanted to do this, but Chris, thanks for joining us, and you're out of here.
Thank you.
All right, there you go. Chris Hartley, who is the third base umpire here tonight and our crew chief. We appreciate his time on Beyond the Bases. Your Gulls are on the way on the road. They're going to play the Brooks Bombers on the road on Thursday night. We hope for great weather, and the Gulls have played some really great games against the Bombers. Then they're back here against those Bombers. But what's strange about that is the Bombers will actually be the home team. It's Vintage Ball Night coming up on Friday night, and more details about that are available on the Gulls website and on our social media channels. Appreciate you sticking around for our Player of the Game presented by EG Auctions, and on our broadcast for the first time this season, it's Bryce Turner, who had a night. Welcome to Beyond the Bases, and thanks for joining us.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
Yeah, great to have you back in the lineup, too. A veteran with this club. What was it like tonight? You seem to have it going on.
I was just, seeing it well. I've been in a good spot the last few days. I haven't gotten to play, but I've been in a good spot in BP, and I just wanted to translate that to the game, and that's all it was.
Yeah, you were seeing the ball tonight, obviously. 5 RBIs, 3 for 3 at the plate before you came out of the game, and, of course, that 3-run bomb.
Yeah, I told myself to be more aggressive coming into today, and I'm pretty sure I swung at every single pitch I saw. So I feel like it worked. I'm just going to try to carry that on to the next day.
You're an everyday lineup guy. I know you. I know you want to be in that lineup every day. What's it going to take, obviously, games like this to make sure that you have a spot on that roster card?
Yeah, I guess some consistency. It's always good to have big breakout games, but I think it's also just as important the 0 for 2 days turn into 1 for 2 days, and the 0 for 3 days turn into 1 for 3 days. It adds up over time, and I feel like that's something that can help me stay in the lineup.
Well, we certainly hope to see you there after
Yes,
a night like tonight. Congratulations on a great day at the plate and
Thank you.
in the field as well. We appreciate you being here on Beyond the Bases, and I want to see you again. And good luck on the road in Brooks tomorrow night.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
There you go. It's Bryce Turner, the player of the game with your Sylvan Lake Gulls, who had a night. It started out chilly, and it got real sunny. Jared Waldo, Cale Clark, our incredible team behind the scenes, started this game off in what was almost rain, clouds, and threatening storms. And as you'll see in this highlight pack, the sun came out, and so did the big bats. The Fort McMurray Giants struggled again. They have lost 5 in a row, 2 to the hands of the Gulls, but Bryce Turner there with a long ball. And our incredible friends from the Sun Devils in Rocky Mountain House hanging out with Wally on the berms. And then we were put to work. It was a night. This was a Maddox Shaver home run that had the crowd going loud. And of course, the Gulls dugout was as well. Yours truly upstairs in the broadcast booth and of course announcing batters. It was a night for Ryan Cousy in the bullpen and your Sylvan Lake Gulls. On behalf of all of us and Donna Purcell, QC Law, thanks for joining us on Beyond the Bases with your Sylvan Lake Gulls.